Hey guys, welcome back. In this episode, we're going to look at creating a custom UPSERT method within your controller. The reason for this is to reduce code duplication, to improve the code quality, to make your application more fluent and more readable for other developers. In this example, I'm going to show you how to refactor the code in order to use the same UPSERT method for the store and the update controller methods. Now, if you look at your controller, you can see that this is typically what you'll see out in the wild. You'll see a post being newed up, and then the properties are being set, the save methods being called, and then the post is being returned via a post resource. Now, for the update method, you'll see that each field is being checked to see whether it's null, and if it's not null, then it is being assigned to a data variable with the same name. Then that data array is being passed to the update method, and then the post is being returned via a post resource. So what we're going to do in this example is we're going to combine the create and the update logic and move it into the model. Now, in order for us to confirm that we refactored this code correctly, I've set up 3 tests in order to check our refactoring. The first test creates a new post. The second test updates the title of a post. And the third test updates the description of a post. So now if we run PHP unit, we can see that 3 tests have passed and 6 assertions have been done. I also use snapshot testing. So if we look at the first snapshot, you can see this is the API response of the post resource. The second snapshot shows the test for the updated title, and the third snapshot shows the updated description for the third test. Now, in order for us to combine the create and the update logic in the same methods within the model, we need to create some custom set methods within our model. For example, setting the name, we would create a set name method which receives the name as an optional string parameter. It then checks whether the parameter is null or not. And if it's not null, it then gets set to the model property. Now, the reason for this is to allow this parameter to be null, which could be from the update method in your controller. Because we're using a patch method, not all parameters are required, so sometimes it would be null. Because from the store method, the field is required, so it will always be present. Lastly, it returns the model, meaning that we can chain these methods in our controller. Now, I've set up the same type of set method for the description. Just one thing to keep in mind, these set methods should not be confused with mutators, which follows a very similar naming convention pre-Laravel 9. Laravel 9 and after, you shouldn't have that problem. Now, the last custom method I created is a commit method. This basically just calls the save method on a model and then return the model. The reason for this is because the save method doesn't return the model, so we won't be able to chain it within our controller method, which I'll show you in a bit. Okay, now back in our controller, let's create our custom UPSERT method like this. Okay, so the first thing we can do is refactor our store method and receive a post class via dependency injection. That way we can remove this line of code. Okay, now in order to utilize this custom UPSERT method, we can now return a new post resource, and then within the resource we can call this UPSERT, and then we can pass in the request and the post model we received, and then we can basically remove these lines of code. And now we can do the exact same for the update method and then remove all these lines of code. Okay, so now if you look at the UPSERT method, you can see that it receives a default request. That is because both the update post request and the store post request extends the default request. That is why you can accept it this way. Now for the post and the store method, you'll receive a new post instance because it is provided via dependency injection. And for the update method, you'll receive the post that has been provided via route model binding. And just before we run PHP unit again to see if this worked, remember guys, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also consider subscribing if you haven't done so yet and turn on the notifications. Okay, so now if we run PHP unit again, everything should still be green. And there we go. 3 tests passed, 6 assertions have been done. And now as you can see, this is a lot shorter, it's a lot cleaner, it's more fluent, and a lot easier to read. Just one word of caution. This UPSERT method in the controller should not be confused with the UPSERT method or the built-in UPSERT method within the model. These are 2 different things. And that's it for this episode, guys. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.